Ishibon and Guna in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget tomorrow is a live. Yes, we're going to be live 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, 3 p.m. BSC and 4 p.m. Central African Time. But more than that, let's just jump into the news because I've got a lot of news for you guys. Because we're going to talk about, yes, you saw the thumbnail. We're going to talk about Donny van de Beek, and also we're going to talk about Coutinho. I actually promised you about what is the status with Arsenal and Coutinho, and also more on that. We're going to talk about, like you guys already mentioned in the live, Amadou Diawara from Roma as an alternative for Thomas Partey. So the first news is Donny van de Beek. There was interest last summer from Arsenal for Donny van de Beek, but nothing significant this year. Without Europa League, there's no chance. Would be perfect for our midfield, and Bergkamp is his father-in-law. Could help us get it done, but it's as unlikely as Pepe was last year, but it was done at the end. So let's see. Well, Chris Wheatley has tweeted out that Arsenal are linked with Roma midfielder Amadou Diawara for the third consecutive season as an alternative to Thomas Partey. His agent tells him, he tells me they're just words so far. So whatever you've heard about Amadou Diawara, as I already mentioned, those are just talks, those are just links, those are just rumors. They're not true, but it could be that Arsenal have kept him as an option, one of the options, you know. Well, if you don't get your primary targets, you got a secondary targets and your tertiary targets. But I believe Amadou Diawara is not even a tertiary target at this moment of time. That is my perspective. Okay. And talking about it, I think let's talk about something really better and really big. I also mentioned about Coutinho. Now, what is Arsenal's situation? Well, Barcelona are waiting until pre-season before negotiating Philippe Coutinho's departure. Coutinho is open to a Premier League return. Arsenal are best placed to sign Philippe Coutinho. Well, yes, negotiations are being led by Raul Sanllehi already, and you know, since we all know the whole situation between Edu Gaspar and the relationship between Kia Joorabchian and also Kia Joorabchian and Raul Sanllehi, everything's going to be positive because the confirmation is Alexis Bernard has given the confirmation. He is one of the guys that you can actually follow, and because he gives you a perfect reality news that the Coutinho to Arsenal deal is in the pipeline, and yes, Arsenal are working really hard for it. Well, moving on, Emiliano Martinez tweets out that soon that he's going to play the final, and yes, Emmy, we are waiting for you so that you put up a goalkeeping masterclass to give us a very positive performance in the final. Well, I'm going to give you a very hilarious news right now because we're going to talk about Danny Murphy. Yes, Danny Murphy is insistent that Kieran Tierney will never be as good as Andy Robertson. Let's just hear him out. Let us hear what he actually has to say. He says he was actually asked if the Gunners left back could emulate his Scotland teammate. He says no, Robertson just has an unbelievable consistent performance level and mentality. The fitness he has got and the quality in the final third, I say no because the level is so high. He has set the bar as a left back remarkably high. He is in the top 3 in the Premier League for assists, and what both fullbacks are doing at Liverpool is phenomenal. But Arsenal have got a really good signing there in Tierney, and he's only going to improve. Now, Danny Murphy, first of all, I did not understand why anybody even wants to listen to your opinions, number one. Number two, I don't think so. I think this is Tierney's first season, and he's recuperating with a lot of injuries. Okay, so as you said, he's going to be better with time, and I'm pretty much sure if Kieran Tierney stays fit, you will definitely forget somebody named Andy Robertson for sure. And Nicolas Pepe has 2 more goal involvement than Adama Traore this season in all competitions if you actually ignore Europa League qualifiers. Adama Traore is considered one of the best right wingers this season, but Pepe is having an underwhelming season according to the media. So Nicolas Pepe is not having a bad season. Everyone is just trying to make you think like that, but 17 goal involvements is not a mean feat to achieve. Well, moving on. David Ornstein has spoken about in his latest YouTube video. He was asked, actually it was called as Ask Ornstein. So he was asked certain questions about Arsenal. So somebody went and asked him about the future of Mikel Arteta. He says what Mikel Arteta is actually proposing at Arsenal. He says Mikel Arteta has made this very clear. I think Arsenal are a very attractive proposition whether they are in Europe or not, and they certainly have a vision to get back there, and that's what lots of players will buy into. Well, not only this, Ornstein says Mikel Arteta is also looking for a wide player, but I don't see anyone leaving. Maybe you could say if offers come in for somebody like Reece Nelson, but we don't know the sort of fee that would generate. Also, He says there is loads to play out at Arsenal in the coming weeks, and largely the funds that they will raise will determine what they're able to do in the market. There's also the option of loans and swaps. So you can understand, if you're an Arsenal fan, if somebody tells you Arsenal don't have money, Arsenal will spend somewhere around 30 million pounds, do not believe them. Okay, do not believe them until and unless you don't come to know what the reality is in terms of the budget. Please do not give up on your club, man. Why would you want to give up on your club? Well, moving on. Real Madrid prefer to extend Dani Ceballos' loan deal at Arsenal than loaning him back to Real Betis. Wow, that is really strange news. I feel really sad with this. But moving on. Well, problem is that with Socrates, the problem is that we've given them contracts, him and El Neni and Kolasinac, because those contracts have really huge wages. Now, if you are searching a team to sell these kind of players, they have to match those wages, and that's the biggest problem we are facing right now. So I think Socrates would be forced out of the club maybe. Well, talking about Jerome Boateng, well, Jerome Boateng is flirting with the Premier League transfer again, being linked with Arsenal again. The Bayern star would be definitely ready. Oh my God, why does he have to do that every time? Every time a transfer window comes in, he just has to barge in with his opinion. Well, unbelievable. Well, first of all, congratulations to Alexandre Lacazette on having his goal against Tottenham away nominated for the Premier League Goal of the Month for July. Yes, Alex Lacazette's opening goal against Tottenham in the North London derby was an unbelievable feat, and it has received a Premier League Goal of the Month for July. Well, talking about his possible Premier League return, Jerome Boateng says, "I wouldn't say no. I love watching the Premier League and I loved playing in it while I was there. For me, it was really unlucky because I was injured straight away and then I didn't play in the position they promised." Well, moving on. Well, you can actually go and vote for your Emirates FA Cup. Well, midfielder, another midfielder in your to start in your team, the all-time 11. They've got Ray Parlour, Patrick Vieira, and N'Golo Conte and Frank Lampard. Right now, Frank Lampard is leading. Go and vote for your favorite Arsenal midfielder in the Emirates FA Cup. And also, the breaking news, Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold has been named Young Player of the Season with 53% of the total vote. Let me see for how many years he'll stay young. Well, moving on, Pep Guardiola has opened up about Arsenal and where exactly will they be in the future. He says, "Maybe I learned more from Arteta than he did from me. It was a joy to be with him. I learned a lot, and all the nice things that are going to happen to him will be happy." Arteta is looking to make additions to his coaching setup before the new season. Now, I'll tell you why there is a propaganda. Okay, this is not this is a fact. Okay, you can see these reporters have already thought that Chelsea will win the final. James Ollie says Chelsea will win 2-1. And Simon Johnson says Chelsea will win 2-1. Giuseppe Muro says Chelsea would win 2-0 in the final of the FA Cup. Danny Murphy says 3-1 to Chelsea. Tom Colomos says Chelsea to win 3-0. And Tony Evans says Chelsea would win 4-1. So you can understand all the media, everyone thinks that Chelsea are going to win this FA Cup final. Well, Arsenal have to prove them wrong. That has to happen. Well, moving on. Real Madrid want to make cash from Ceballos' loan deal and are likely to ask for a good loan fee and maybe even a compulsory purchase option that would actually reduce the total amount of Arsenal have to pay when they actually have to buy out the player. Because the first season they could pay out a large chunk of it, and maybe even a compulsory purchase option, while a return to Real Madrid would be complicated as the player doesn't have a good relationship with Zinedine Zidane. And if Arsenal are unsuccessful in their attempts to sign Thomas Partey, they are looking at Amadou Diawara. Roma want at least 30 million euros for the 23-year-old, but Arsenal value him at less than that. So let's say, and also Arsenal are willing to listen to offers for Rob Holding, Socrates and Mustafi. They want to bring in another central defender according to David Ornstein. And also, Arsenal are also looking to sell Lukita Torreira and Matteo Guendouzi. Yes, they're going to want to sell both their central midfielders of Arsenal, who are definitely not into the plans of Mikel Arteta maybe. David Ornstein also has suggested that Reece Nelson and Alexander Lacazette could both leave if a good offer comes. Wow, that is huge, isn't it? So it's it's going to be a very big clearance at Arsenal if actually bigger clubs come and actually bid for their stars. Also, Arsenal did insert, they insert a purchase option on an additional year in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's contract. This technically granted Arsenal the ability to unilaterally extend Aubameyang's deal by a further 12 months if they meet certain financial conditions. There was an agreement that activating this clause suited nobody. For Arsenal, the financial conditions would have been punishing. For Aubameyang, this summer is the right time to sign a deal that will offer him a degree of security. Did you know Arsenal was supposed to sign Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in the summer of 2012? Scout Steve Rowley and Francis Kajigao recommended Aubameyang as a potential addition to Arsenal frontline. Arsenal's French scout Gilles Grimandi actually was less convinced, and consequently the club instead opted for Olivier Giroud. So imagine we could have had Aubameyang in his in 2012 from Saint-Etienne, but instead we got Giroud from Montpellier. What could have been? What could have been? Trabzonspor have made enquiries to Arsenal over signing El Neni on loan and are set to hold talks with his Turkish representatives over a potential move. And Trabzonspor would be a very good place for Mohamed El Neni. He could blend in. And Mikel Arteta, this is the final news. Mikel Arteta has confirmed that there will be 100% new additions to his coaching staff at Arsenal next season. That's a huge bonus. So not only the players and not only the staff, everybody is going to be losing their spot at Arsenal, and probably the ones who want to make Arsenal great again will be given the reins. So I think Mikel Arteta would definitely try to improve Arsenal in any way, shape or form. And as fans, we need to back him, and definitely we need to back the board, and we need to see what they do in this transfer window. Well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal comes on this platform every single day twice. So what you got to do is subscribe, hit that bell icon, because when you do that, you get 2 videos about Arsenal every single day. And the best part is, you can always join me on the live tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, 3 p.m. BSC, and 4 p.m. Central African Time. And I will see you in my next video. And don't forget, we're going to be live after the FA Cup final. We lose, we win, it does not matter, but we are going to be live after that. More on it. Keep watching this space.